Good evening. Where's my hello? Good evening. Sunday night. I ended up taking off yesterday. I had to focus online, or I'm going to stay in the same position. I had to do it. The day I got up, I got out there. It was just okay. Said no a lot. Uber Eats wants you to drive very far for very little money, or stay local and send you $2.50 orders. I got lucky with a few orders, and a couple of them gave me $10 tip. It is Sunday, and I delivered in a more upscale area, and that's just the way it is. And Grubhub, I waited for every order. However, good evening. Hey, Kim's Side Money Plans. Hello, how are you? I liked your video. That one about the old timers, like no voice and not speaking. That was very clever. You're very good at producing videos. I have to look up some other programs and produce better quality videos. However, I thought I'd go live while it's still light out. I'm going to speak about the economy. I did listen to, and I have listened to him, and I like him. Uneducated economist. He chit-chats in his car, and he gives his take on what's going on. And he's very interesting, and I learn a lot. But I do agree with what's going on. It's getting bad. The economy is getting hit hard, and that is affecting gig workers. I noticed it today, big time. It's Sunday. I should have been slamming. And it's getting more ridiculous with the low ball offers. No matter what, I'm here to earn part-time income to hold me over until my shopping business kicks in, and it will. I think it's going to take a few months to build a client, I say customer base of repeat customers. Yeah, he's very good. He's laid back, average guy, uneducated economist. He's good. And of course, I watched yesterday. He did another great one. I'm just going to share some examples because it does affect us gig workers. First, I'll start off with, I waited for every Grubhub order, and I waited 20 minutes. But the prices were higher and it was less driving. And I went into an old town bar. It's not old, but it has an old town feel with it. And it's called Bourbon something, but it's just a bar. And I know when I accept an order from them, they wait till you get there. It's that type of place. It's just the way it has to be. But it was 15 and change, and it was a local drop off. And I went for a walk. I need to exercise. So I made that decision, and they were really nice, but they didn't start making the order until I got there, which I'm noticing with Grubhub that's happening more and more often when I accept a Grubhub order. Just a fact in my market. A lot of no-tip orders this week. And I was listening to the Uneducated Economist, and he makes a good point about people with their stimulus, and they received money that we have to pay back. So the people who received the money, I mean, I gained different kind of skills. I took advantage of the opportunity, but I know I have to go back to work. And I want to do something I really want to do. And I also have, like, online endeavors. I have things set up. But he said, the majority of the people who receive stimulus and that weekly help, they have to pay back the money. Now they have to go back to work to pay back the money because it just made the country more in debt. And he makes a good point. These people didn't earn it. So they got used to it, and they weren't spending it in a way that was helping people get rehired. He very good video he uploaded, his latest one. Hello, how are you, Just Mio? We're going to be cryptonaires. I never gave up. I know times are tough. I'm not giving up. I use that Coinbase Visa debit card. I'm getting my Algorand rewards, and I also have DAI. And while I was waiting, my first order, I waited, but it was over $12. I waited 20 minutes. I was transferring my Coinbase to my Coinbase Pro account, leaving a little bag in the regular Coinbase and putting most of it in the other Coinbase account. I'm not giving up. That ain't happening. When October 21st is a very important date with blockchain, guys, and that's another thing I want to get into. Unstoppable domains, they're blockchain domains. And I did a video late last night speaking about that too. And a lot's going to happen. We're hanging in there. And October 21st is a big date because they're going to give a notification of what's going on with the blockchain domains. I'm waiting patiently because once I can claim all those domains and link my Coinbase crypto wallets to all my blockchain domains, I'm going to soar. Again, I'm being held back. I'm being held back instead of moving forward and getting more. But it's not my choice. I'm ready. I have to wait till layer 2 comes out. I don't have a choice. So that's good to know. Oh, now I need my glasses. You're writing too much. That's good, but you're smart. Just Me Yo is a big investor in crypto, and she has more than I do. Well, you know what? Maybe not more than I do, but she has different ones than I do. It says nobody's watching. Different crypto because she's from another part. I think Seattle, Washington, Seattle, right? Um, because the ones she tells me New Yorkers can't buy yet. I don't like they still cost a fee for loading it and used on my crypto.com card. And I can load used for free, but I still use the Coinbase too. Just don't like that they want to fee us for the loading. You put money on your USDC card, which goes on your Coinbase Visa debit card. There's no fee. But if you take your crypto and put it on the card, there's a fee. They do run a business. I understand. I know what you're saying. I trust capital, but I'm in New York. They say no, but that'll change. It's you could transfer if you get the RIA. If you set it up properly, you don't have to pay taxes on trading your crypto. Well, I'm transferring money from my bank account to Coinbase Visa debit card. Like an example, I went and I bought my mother a fan. Whatever story. And I stopped at a store and I put $20 on the card just to use it. I use it for little things like that to generate free XLM. That's the one I choose right now. They added another one to it. There was no fee, but if you move your crypto to it, well, there's a fee. Of course there is. There's a fee. But I'm not spending my crypto yet. I just keep adding to it. And eventually I am going to spend my crypto. I'm not going to have a choice. But I'm putting nice little hefty bags in another account and in the vault that I'm not going to touch for years. I have to start spending some of it. I got my Coinbase card. Yes. Okay, if there's no fee to load, I'll do it more often. Well, there's no fee to load if you do your bank account because it matches the fiat dollar. No fee. But if you're going to put your crypto, that's what I hear. I haven't done it yet, but I hear you put your crypto on the Coinbase Visa debit card to spend in store or spend online, there's a fee. Absolutely. That's what I hear. I spend crypto all the time. I just think, thank God I have it to use as a backup. Yeah, I definitely invested low and it's tripled, but nothing of real significance. That's why I want to wait. Because once you make that change, you don't want to go back. Once you get used to having more money, you don't go back. And I'm willing to stick it out a little bit longer. I keep hodling and making plans. What am I going to use like in the near future? What am I going to hodl for like a couple of years from now? What am I going to hold on to my 60s? I have it all set up. And I have cold wallets, and I have crypto and Coinbase wallet or Volt, and I have the Coinbase Pro, and I have regular Coinbase, and I have a couple of other wallets that I use that have a little bags. You know, you're going to do well in all you do. I'm nothing for you and your mom. I'm rooting for you and your mom. Well, she has little bags because she followed my lead. But today, that's how I spent it. I was like, she wanted a fan for the front room, and I said, oh, I'll stop at that store and get it. She's letting me sleep in my old room most of the week, so it's the least I can do. I try to buy stuff like that, you know. Okay, the economy is declining, and it's hurting us, of course, because longer waits, lower pay, more people out in the field. But I noticed I got a pizza the other night from a place. I go to a few pizza places that I really like, and I've seen a decrease. I've noticed a change in their recipes. Here's an example. I'm not going to use names because I'm still going to be a customer because they're struggling too. These privately owned places that are not corporations. And I got a alla vodka pizza, and it was very doughy, and it wasn't as thin as it usually is. And the place I got it from has a thicker crust compared to the other places, but it was too thick. Very doughy and less fresh mozzarella, less alla vodka sauce. It was dough. All the edges were very thick. And I got that pie because I didn't want that. That's a sign of stretching their dollar. And then I ordered a side of meatballs. And from the very first bite, I was like, it's more breadcrumbs and garlic than it is meat. And that's exactly what I thought. I don't hate them. I didn't hate it. But my very first bite, I went, they changed their recipe. They're stretching their dollar. And they're big meatballs. You get a side of meatball, you get two big meatballs. And I like that with a piece of pizza sometimes. I put a little sauce and cheese. It's a very hearty meal. It was more dough and a lot more breadcrumbs. And that's the kind of stuff you're going to see. And I noticed it in other places too, because it's too hard now. It's taking longer for them to get their ingredients. Prices have gone up, and that's going to trickle down to us. You know, my goal for this winter, and my mom got a new stove. She updated her stove. I plan on being a very good cook. It's going to be my pastime this winter. I'm going to get back into cooking and cooking for the week. And I know she won't mind. And bring some home and leave some there. And I'm going to make, I have a Weight Watchers book, and I'm going to make all the easy stuff that you can make in one pot, like one pot meals. Because if the quality of the food is going to start declining, unless you go to a very expensive place that you get what you pay for. I mean, it's not super cheap, but it's not, they're not five-star restaurants. If they're going to change their recipes to save money, I would rather cook at home and make a meal and wait till this BS is over or places have adjusted where they don't have to change their recipes. And it's not the first place I've noticed, but it just happened again, and it was the first bite. And I went, damn it. It's just not the same. Just not the same. It's too bad the systematic destruction of our society. It's heartbreaking crime against humanity. Absolutely. That's how I see it. Yep. This isn't all about health. If they got to bribe and try to force people to do things and put people's livelihoods, especially in the medical field, people are walking away in this area. I support them all the way. I'm going to take care of myself and cross my fingers. Take better care of myself health wise. I'm very lucky this year I did what I did before all this went down because I'm supporting them. A lot of people they walked off the jobs. They're not qualified for unemployment. They're not getting paid, and they're losing their like pensions and their benefits and stuff, and they're walking away. When the health field, hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands in this area are walking off the job. Well, no matter what title, nursing, doctors, all the titles in between, they're walking off their job. They're walking away. I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to follow their lead, and I'm going to support them. Unbelievable. So things are going to get worse. And I noticed that I believe there's more people out in the field doing these gig jobs now because they need the money. Even if it's like $40 here, $50 there, at the end of the week, it adds up. You can earn a little extra cash here and there. It helps you get by. But wait, there is more to come. You got that right. I think it's going to get worse. Maybe you would like a instant pot. I hear it's great. Everyone I know who has one. Oh, I have a couple crock pots and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's gonna be my pastime this winter. It looks like it's gonna be a winter of cooking and staying home a lot. I don't. I'm not going to show a card to go out to a restaurant. I don't have to. I guess I'll get back into cooking. I haven't cooked. Why not? It's a pastime. It's fun. Go buy my own wine. You know, I don't have to, and that means less customers in the restaurants, and that means those workers are going to earn less money. And then let's talk about restaurants. My mom tells me she goes out with a girlfriend last night. Woke up, little chit chat before I left for the day. And I was like, "Oh, how was your day, Mom? What you do yesterday? Did you go out?" She usually goes out with a girlfriend either Friday or Saturday night. They switch it up. She said, "Yeah, we did." She told me where she went, and it's a good quality restaurant. Get steak, chops, burgers, but good quality. And I was like, "Oh, what you have?" I was like, "Oh, it sounds delicious." She said it was. And we grew up in the restaurant business. My father was a bartender. My mother served. I also did. I started very young. I'm really happy I'm out of it now. I'm not sorry. I developed other skills. But she looked up at me. She was sitting down and I was just walking around. She said, "We waited a long time, but it was very good." They don't have enough staff to cook. You can't complain when you go out. And for my mother to say that, my mother don't complain when she goes out. It's got to be pretty damn bad for my mother to say something. I was like, "Oh, yeah." She was like, "Yeah, we waited a long time." But she was with a girlfriend and they're good for two cocktails. When they go out, they dine. They have a couple of drinks, they leave a good tip, and they enjoy a good meal. Going out should be a special treat, you know? So she said that, but I'm listening. Sorry, guys. What's going on? Because they can't, like the food I picked up today, I didn't mind waiting because they were over $10. They were $15 orders. I'd rather wait than drive around. But I had to wait for every order from Grubhub. And pizza place, a pub, another pizza place. I had to wait because they got quality food. They got, pasta dishes and um, antipasta salads and a couple of pies. People got a lot of takeout today. They were larger orders with higher pay with Grubhub, but I had to wait at every restaurant. So there was like no win. Uber is a faster pace. This is just the beginning. Absolutely. And Alabama, lower Alabama, you're right. Um, but the payouts were so low. And if I didn't get tip, I wouldn't have earned any money. I couldn't believe it. And I was in a more upscale area. And I went, "Holy shit, I might as well drive back home now." So that's what I noticed with the quality of food. It's got these places are gonna have to start changing their recipes to stretch their dollar to cook the food. And it went noticed. Absolutely. It's hurting the gig workers, long wait times. And when I didn't wait long, the payouts were very low, and thank God for tips. I told you about unstoppable domains. October 21st, they told me to keep an ear out because once that layer 2 opens up, that's going to affect crypto too, just me, yo. And I can't wait till everything 20 times of what I bought it for a year. And yesterday, I even got a head start with Christmas shopping online. I bought a few gifts because I'm hoping that we have it by December. I think this year is going to be very, very different. It's going to be a cooking kind of year, but I don't mind cooking. You know, when you have the time and you make the time, I don't mind it. You know, I don't mind it. So that's all I have to say, guys. I never thought I'd be out this late. I haven't even eaten. I had the sesame cookie and I had black coffee. I'm going to turn on the apps and hang in there a little bit more and see if I get something else. Get home about 8, eat that other meatball and a pizza. That's okay. A lot of breadcrumbs, a lot of dough. They got to have extra sauce. Dip the dough in. It just wasn't the same. Usually that place, they do it overflows at the crust. And it was dough instead of alavaca sauce. Fresh mozzarella. The basil just wasn't the same. It was very doughy and a lot of breadcrumbs. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully get a couple of more. And only because I would be home by now. But I did take off yesterday because I posted all over Craigslist. I tweaked my LinkedIn profile again. I added my hours. I'm going to be available for shopping. Somebody who lives in Glen Cove that does Instacart, she told me, I forget her name. When I see it, I know it. Melissa something. She said she walked away from a job a couple of years ago and she's a shopper, but she does Instacart. Instacart is shipped. And she's been watching me and she told me they're busy from Thursday to Sunday. But I'm going to take Sunday off again, I guess. For now, I put Monday through Saturday on, 10 to 4. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I get a couple of nibbles. I hope to get at least a couple of customers this week. That'll be really good. I'll read your comments right before I drive away. Grubhub is better if you're on a block. I know you're right, but you can't get blocks anyway. So if I get a 15 here, 12 there, I take it. Stock up on some food too. Absolutely, you got that right. Great. Oh, thank you very much, Just Me Yo. Do you know Instacart is going on strike? No. And I just spoke about that woman, Melissa. See? And one more thing. I watched Pay to Drive, and he feels that we are self-employed. I watched his video. And guys, third-party apps, they could take away your business. Where at least with Dumpling, if once I build a customer base, if the app ever went down, the customers I plan on building a relationship, and they're going to have my number. If they like me and the app is down, they're going to call me. People who don't like to shop and people who can't shop, and once you build a relationship and they can trust you, if you pay me via Zelle, I'll go shopping for you. Pay me via Zelle if that's what it takes. I don't need the app, but I need it for now to build up customer base, and I might do both. This is going to lead me to a more steady, dependable self-employment on top of what I do online. I really just wanted to keep this more about gigging, but I'm also an independent contractor online. I receive 1099s, you know? Wow. Instacart's going on strike. I be damned. Offers have been horrible for a year. Now that I heard, I always turn it on, never worth it in order to take. I strike lots of laugh. Glad you will hear your own. Well, it'll take time, but I believe in it. October 16th, a lot of stuff's going to go down the last few months of the year. October 16th for Instacart strike, everyone. And October 21st, Unstoppable Domains is going to give out some kind of update on what's going on with layer 2. Get ready. It's holding me back. I'm ready for layer 2. But I got to suck it up. All right, guys. I'm going to turn on the apps and hit the road. I'm hoping to get a few more orders. I go home and eat. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining in. If you got to work, I hope you earn money. A lot of stuff's going to go down. A lot of shit's going to happen. They're all right. Planned, no power, and rider. I can't. I need my glasses. I'm sorry, I can't see that. Get propane and Mr. Buddy Heater. There might be a planned no power winter. You think so, huh? My mom's getting a generator. She called up my electrician friend. He's going to install a industrial grade generator. I think we should get some of those solar panels that you have a couple of plugs to charge in your phone. I get one of those too, because I'll be Christmas shopping the next couple of weeks just to have a handful of gifts because I think it's going to be horrible this year. I really don't want to go into a store more than once if I have to with everything going on. Enough with the, yeah, I just think it's all. Thank you. Great suggestion. Absolute amazing suggestion. Thank you. And when I get a solar panel thing, I'll show it to you guys. Okay, guys, have a good one. I'm hoping to get a couple of more orders and worth my time. I'll see you soon. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for joining in. Bye, guys.